Since February 7, 2025, the United States has witnessed a series of dramatic shifts in trade policy under President Donald Trump, particularly regarding tariffs on foreign imports. These changes have not only kept global markets on edge, but have also sparked widespread debate about the direction of American trade strategy. Today, we take an in-depth look at 21 notable moments when President Trump reversed or altered his stance on tariffs, revealing a pattern of unpredictability that has defined his approach to international trade. The saga began in early February when President Trump first publicly discussed imposing broad tariffs on imports from key trading partners, including China, Canada, and Mexico. Shortly after, on February 13th, he signed a memorandum instructing his administration to address what he described as non-reciprocal trade arrangements. The goal was to establish tariffs that would be reciprocal, meaning the U.S. would charge foreign countries the same tariffs they impose on American goods. This move was seen as a strong signal of a more aggressive trade posture. However, the policy landscape quickly became complicated. On March 26, the administration announced a 25% tariff on imported automobiles and auto parts, set to take effect in early April and May. The very next day, President Trump declared these tariffs would remain in place permanently throughout his term. Yet, by the end of April, he issued an executive order exempting companies already paying these tariffs from additional charges, marking a significant reversal and sowing confusion among businesses and trading partners. The administration's method for calculating tariffs also drew criticism. Instead of using a complex formula as initially suggested, tariffs were calculated by simply dividing a country's trade surplus with the U.S. by its export value, a method many experts considered overly simplistic and potentially unfair. Despite earlier assurances from White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt that no exemptions would be granted, the executive order on tariffs surprisingly excluded key sectors such as copper, pharmaceuticals, semiconductors, and energy products. This backtracking on the promise of strict reciprocity further complicated the trade environment. One of the most dramatic moments came on April 9th, when the stock market plunged amid fears over the impact of tariffs. President Trump responded by reassuring investors that everything is going to work out well and encouraged continued investment. Yet, just days later, he paused the tariffs on most countries for 90 days, a move that underscored the volatility and uncertainty surrounding U.S. trade policy. If you want to stay updated on these critical developments and understand how they might affect your investments or business, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Staying informed is more important than ever in this rapidly changing landscape. In mid-May, President Trump hinted at the possibility of reimposing new tariff rates if trade agreements with other countries were not finalized. This threat kept markets and international partners on high alert. Then, on May 30th, he escalated the situation by increasing steel tariffs from 25% to an unprecedented 50%, with the new rates set to take effect on June 4th. This sharp increase sent shockwaves through industries dependent on steel, signaling a tougher stance despite previous pauses and exemptions. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick reinforced the administration's commitment to tariffs, stating unequivocally that tariffs are not going away. This declaration confirmed that, regardless of the frequent policy shifts, tariffs remain a central tool in the U.S. trade strategy. The ongoing back and forth on tariffs has created a climate of uncertainty that affects not only international relations, but also domestic industries, supply chains, and consumer prices. Businesses face challenges in planning and investment, while global markets react nervously to each new announcement. For those tracking the global economy, these developments highlight the complexities and challenges of implementing a consistent trade policy in today's interconnected world. The Trump administration's tariff saga serves as a reminder of how quickly trade dynamics can shift and the importance of staying informed. If this detailed overview helped you understand the evolving trade landscape, please like, share, and subscribe. We'll continue to bring you the latest updates and expert analysis on this and other major economic stories. Thank you for watching.